Electrical injuries in the United States result in an estimated 1,000 deaths annually. Among these fatalities, roughly 400 attributed to high voltage electrical injuries, while lighting accounts for 50 to 300 deaths. Furthermore, there are at least 30,000 non fatal shock incidents reported each year. It's concerning to note that around 5% of burn unit emissions in the United States are a direct consequence of electrical injuries. These statistics highlight the importance of practicing safety measures and raising awareness about the dangers associated with electricity. For my speech, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of using your safety equipment so you can return home safely. Every day I go to work knowing that I'll have to work with dangerous equipment, mostly electrical. And we go over safety topics every morning to express the importance of returning home. Knowing about this topic is important because this can allow you to work together with your coworkers to make sure everyone is safe and always have each other's back. At the end of my speech, I want you to agree that following safety guidelines while using your safety equipment is important to returning home safely. My main points will be basic and OSHA regulation for safety, qualified and unqualified personnel, and then using personal protective equipment and tools to help get the job done. For basic and OSHA electrical safety kind of go hand in hand. Your basic kind of revolves around your company making a policy around OSHA's regulations. For instance, your job should be informing you and educating you on safety. OSHA has safety regulations for many forms, including exposure, hazardous material, and always have an exit route for emergencies. With that being said, you always have to be working with qualified personnel. If you have an unqualified person that joins the site, they should always be with a qualified personnel. A qualified personnel is someone that has enough job experience and education to perform the complicated task or even basic procedures. An unqualified person is someone that doesn't have the skill sets that needed to complete the task, but that's why they need to be assigned with individuals that do, so they can get the training they need and go home safely with the qualified person. There's training courses like the NFPA 70 and the NFPA 70E. The NFP 70 is just a 6-hour minimum 6-hour course that talks about the basics of safety and electricity. The NFPA 70E plus class is more of a hands-on, more advanced class that will help with knowing how to use your tools like your meter. And understanding your tools, it's important, including your personal protective equipment. Each company has their own type of personal protective equipment. For instance, my company has their own guidelines, such as wearing a non flammable shirt and pants that also help protect against a small arc flash. We also wear a helmet and glasses, especially when we're on the industrial side of the plant. And then we also wear gloves and earplugs as needed. So each job could be different for you, but at the end of the day, you need to understand that these are for your safety and they're good practices to use in place. Your tools also are very important. If I'm working on a small electrical box, I want to use an insulated Phillips or a flathead to make sure that if by some chance there's some kind of current, that insulation will protect me from being shocked. And with that being said, you have to do the same. Now that I share some safety tips, let's refresh